This morning, parents of Denver students will gather outside of East High School to call for stronger school safety measures. Many of them are asking for changes to how schools handle their most dangerous students. They've done this for the past few weeks and plan to do so every Monday until the end of the school year.
A lot from this stems from the day a student shot two administrators at East High School just a month ago, and now schools are already making some pretty big policy changes. In Denver, some schools are bringing an outside group into their classrooms to prevent school violence.
News reporter Cole Sullivan shows us they're seeing success starting at the elementary school level.
Elementary schools don't typically teach dreaming.
All right, friends, we're going to go ahead and get started.
But inside this classroom, lives may depend on it.
We are in a safe space to share feelings and ideas. We keep conversations confidential.
This class is designed for 4th and 5th grade boys who are the hardest for their school to serve, typically because of high truancy, discipline referrals, or suspension rates.
But something has happened, whether it's life or school, that causes them to be in one of those three categories. Our program is designed to figure out what that is and to allow them to see their futures like they see it in their dreams.
Dedrick Sims Foundation leads the class, which teaches social and emotional learning to empower students, particularly students of color.
We call them kings, right? We call them young princes. So we affirm them every day. They may or may not get that outside of school, or may not get that outside of the classroom.
And the district says the Sims Fayola program works.
I've seen what it can do for kids for years now. And so I will continue to be a fan.
Angelin Thompson brought it to DPS as part of the district's push to promote Black excellence and its efforts to keep kids out of trouble.
Programs like Sims Fayola help kids to learn how to manage their emotions, how to find positive outlets, how to be more creative, so that they don't have to look for all of that like positive reinforcement in the streets.
Teaching kids how to dream so they can make a new reality.
It shows them how to build community. It shows them how to solve conflict. It practices those things that they need in the community.
Now, the Sims Fayola Foundation says it's seen a 60% drop in truancy, discipline referrals, and suspensions for students in the program. They meet once a week, but the foundation also offers trainings for other teachers at its schools. The goal is to make sure kids get affirmation and cultural competency throughout their whole school day.
Families who signed up for the state's new universal pre-K program will find out where their children will go to school this week. The program will give kids 15 hours a week of pre-K the year before they start kindergarten. They plan to release the matches last month, but the state needed some more time. Now they're expected to come out on Wednesday.
Also this week, state lawmakers are meeting to discuss how much you pay when you go to the doctor. There's a bill up for debate centered around facility fees, specifically for outpatient care at places owned by a hospital. Some patients say the facility fees nearly doubled the bills they planned on paying, but they had no idea what a facility fee actually was. It basically pays for everything outside of the doctors. As hospitals and clinics consolidate, more people are getting these bills. Advocates want more transparency, including notices that a person is getting care in a place where they can be charged these fees. Some clinics worry that a bill like this could cost them billions of dollars. They say that might lead to making cuts and patients losing out on care.
Well, the next step in Marshall Fire recovery is going to happen this week. On Friday, applications are due for grants to help businesses affected by the Marshall Fire. $1 million in grant money is available. Each business is eligible for up to $20,000. Applications close at 5 o'clock on Friday evening. The grants will be announced the week of May 22nd and given out the week after that.
People in Colorado are calling for more support for the trans community. Yesterday, they rallied at the state capitol over what lawmakers are doing in other states. They're concerned about the rise in bills targeting transgender people, limiting their rights and access to health care. Organizers say they feel Colorado is a refuge for trans people, but they're worried about what's happening across state lines.
So this is to stand in solidarity with the rest of the country. You know, we feel safe here, but we have to stay in solidarity with the trans community everywhere.
The ACLU is tracking more than 450 anti-LGBTQ bills in state legislatures across the country. It only counts one bill in Colorado that would limit the sports trans athletes can participate in, but that bill never made it out of committee.
In Tennessee, Lizzo used her concert to protest a law that restricts drag shows. She brought drag queens out on stage during one of her songs. The governor of Tennessee signed the bill back in February, banning drag shows in public or in front of minors. But a federal judge temporarily blocked the law last month, saying it was too vague. Lizzo said people were calling for her to cancel her show there in Tennessee to protest the law, but she said she wanted to create a safe space there instead.
This week, President Biden is expected to announce he's running for re-election. We don't know the exact date, but President Biden's advisors have pointed to tomorrow, April 25th. That is the same day President Biden announced his 2020 campaign. However, according to a poll from NBC News, 71% of Americans don't think he should run again. That includes 51% of all Democrats. Many of them say they are concerned about Biden's age. He is the oldest president to serve. He is 80 years old. So far, 2 other Democrats have announced they're running, Marianne Williamson and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And American diplomats and their families are now safely out of Sudan. They evacuated the country via U.S. military planes over the weekend. The U.S. Embassy in Khartoum is now closed. The decision to evacuate American personnel comes as fighting in Sudan is ramped up over the past week, killing hundreds of people and injuring thousands more.
And one thing you want to know about the weather are the stats that we're going to see today. 63 is the high we are going for. 64 would be normal, with 36 the normal low. The record 84 from 1981 and the record low 18 from 1924.